Welcome to
Hi.
Tinka Talks. Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you too.
And Tinka, you are a business development manager for Inuit
Yeah.
Clothing, Quality Clothing.
Yes.
And
I'm
yeah,
I'm what's called a business developer.
a business develop. What's that? A business developer.
Well, mostly I work with the exploitation of our brand, trying to get it to market outside of Greenland,
Yeah.
um, and that's primarily what I do. And within that, there's a lot of technicalities that you have to come through. And then we also have a website which I run daily, make sure
Mhm.
it's up to speed. Yeah.
So you take care of the web shop, and you are also putting up partnerships and trying to reach channels. So
Yeah.
what is Inuit Clothing?
Well, INUIT Quality Clothes of Greenland was started in 2012, and we are a Greenlandic brand made by Greenlandic women. And we are based in Greenland as well. We make primarily jackets. That was a specialty when we started, but now we also make all kinds of fashion, everyday use, also sportswear and more formal occasion clothes with Inuit.
With Inuit.
Yeah.
And what what was the idea behind Inuit? Why did it get started?
Well, it started in 2012 when both our owners, Dorte Rødgaard and Hanne Christiansen, they both have their own stores in Greenland, one in South Greenland and one in North Greenland. But they used to travel to Canada um, to find outdoor clothing that they could sell here in Greenland. And that's how they met, even though they never met each other in Greenland because of the distance. Dorte is from south and Hanne is from north, but then they met each other at the fairs. And then one time in Canada, again looking for jackets, they met each other. And Hanne, she had a dream about making clothes suitable for Greenland, primarily jackets. And Dorte apparently had the same dream. So somehow they two got together and they started Inuit. So in 2013, we first opened our doors here in Nuuk. And before the jackets arrived, they had made some logo t shirts to promote the brand. And because the T-shirts were so accepted by the Greenlandic people, they decided to keep making these T-shirts, and that's how we both have jackets and T-shirts. So now we have moved to a bigger location here in Nuuk, and we have a warehouse department, the web shop, and we have over 20 retailers in all of Greenland who sell Inuit, and a few in Denmark as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because I really like. I understand why your T-shirts are so popular because I really like the logo. Looks
Mm,
really cool.
yeah.
And so you make what is the core of Inuit? Is it the jackets? Is it to protect yourself from the stinging cold of the Arctic?
Yeah, exactly. All of our outerwear jackets and what do you call it in English, the winter pants, and all of it is made for Greenland, with the thought of it being able to be worn in Greenland without being cold. But also, we want people to be able to move around in nature without feeling discomfort. So that's the whole concept. There weren't, there isn't much jackets and so on that is made for Greenland, for the Arctic, and that's again why Hanne and Dorte, they chose to make their own instead of going out and search for. other brands.
And what is the ideal design to protect from the Arctic? How do you achieve that?
What?
Now, how when you make a jacket for the Arctic, for the Greenland weather, how does it need to be different than maybe a typical winter jacket? What are you looking for?
Well, first of all, it has to be warm enough to withstand temperatures around minus 36 degrees at least.
Yeah.
And then we also make sure to have quality fabrics and quality filling. The fillings are from duck duck feathers.
Mhm.
Then we use fabrics that are water resistant and wind resistant.
So yeah, so I can imagine that your market is a lot way up north because it's extreme temperatures. We in the Faroe Islands we get maximum -2 degrees,
Yeah.
-5 a rare occasion because of the Gulf Stream. So we don't need jackets for this. So
Yeah.
I can imagine your market is it mostly like in Canada and other places and way up north, Arctic area.
Yeah, definitely. Our main goal was to have this brand that is available for the Arctic people, for Greenlanders and Canada, so they can stay warm in the winter. But now we have our weather cycles are changing so much with the climate changes, and also Inuit are getting out more in the world. So the clothes we make now are not only for winter, very warm jackets. We also make for spring, summer, autumn. We try to make clothes that everyone can use, and besides that, we also are very size inclusive. So we make it from the smallest sizes to the biggest possible sizes.
Hmm.
Mm.
You said they could not find any jackets. They had to import everything. The founders of the company. Uh, is fashion? Are there many brands in Greenland, or are you one of the very few? How is the fashion scene in Greenland?
Sorry?
In Greenland, are there many brands making clothes? Is Inuit one of the very few, or how is Greenland are they produced much clothes, or is Inuit one of the very few who make clothes in Greenland?
I would say we have a lot of talented designers in Greenland. We have other brands like BB Chemnitz and Isaacson, and Great Greenland also makes jackets with sealskin, for example. I don't. Inuit is not the only Greenlandic brand on the market, but I can say it might be one of the biggest brands.
In the Faroe Islands, I know a lot of the fashion is all based on wool because we have so much wool.
Yeah.
We have so many sheep. Is there any specific that is with Greenland fashion that is focused on, except protecting from the from the winter, from the cold?
Um, Well, I wouldn't say there is a specific material in Greenland. The original Inuit, they used sealskin and such, but I wouldn't say we use that as much anymore, unless we think about Great Greenland, who makes it. But I would mostly say it would be symbolic, what we use, like you use wool, like you always have, and now we used to use sealskin, but now we use regular cotton. But instead, we have kept the Inuit concept with the branding and the logos. Yeah.
And how about you? How did you end up in fashion?
Very consistent. I don't know. Well, I worked with tourism for about 7 years, and I was in Qatar when I started managing a clothing store, which was something I hadn't expected, and I just suddenly fell into it and fell in love with it. And somehow, when I moved to Nuuk, I moved on to work here in Inuit, and I have been here for a year now. Yeah.
What does fashion mean to you?
It hasn't meant much to me before until I started working here in Inuit, and now for me uh, it's a part of daily life, fashion, what you wear, and how you express yourself.
Yeah. And if someone wears Inuit Greenland, what are they trying to express?
Well, I think that's the thing with Inuit, our brand. It doesn't only speak to Greenlandic people. Also, Inuit from Nunavut could wear one of our T-shirt and still say it's Inuit. I think when you're Greenlandic and you wear Inuit, somehow you also have this pride. I definitely do, personally speaking, when I wear my jacket that has the Inuit logo on it, and I'm in, for example, Copenhagen. I
Yeah.
find some sort of pride in showing that I am an Inuk. But also, I think you can wear Inuit no matter where you are from, just generally to show that you appreciate the culture.
And it's high end. It's high quality. You go high on quality. It's in the name. Huh?
Yeah.
So you also show that like you like quality clothes when you wear Inuit.
Yeah, we think it's very, very important to have good quality clothing. And we quality check everything before we make it, we make sure that it's absolutely perfect for the Greenlandic people or whoever wants to buy it.
Yeah. And yourself, do you invest much in clothes? Is that one of your big spending?
Me,
Yeah.
personally,
Yeah.
uh, no, I wouldn't say, but my spendings on clothes have definitely become a bit more after I started working in clothing stores.
How about in Greenland in general? Is it very important that you dress nice and that you present yourself, or
I
is
think
fashion
it's
important?
again, it's so different from people, uh, and again, the cities. There's also a difference. If you come from Nuuk, where there are 17,000 inhabitants, I think here we care more about what we wear. But again, it's so different depending on what you work with, what you do every day.
Yeah.
But so I
It's
cannot say Greenland as a land how we relate to fashion. Yeah,
yeah, the thing is, if you live in an area where there are only 10 people, you don't put that much effort into how people
yeah,
see you. But it's often a bit when you move to bigger cities, the capitals, because you're seen. Now you think more about, okay, I get seen this much, so I have to wear something nice, appealing.
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And what do you like about working in fashion?
Oh, there's so much. I don't even know where to begin. Yeah,
What do you like most about your job? What do you enjoy the most?
my job is it's mainly focused on problem solutions. So it's like anything that needs to be fixed or something we can't answer, and I will take that and make sure it comes through. Or yeah, and I just like that about my job, that every day is a new challenge. It's a different thing I have to fix or figure out, or maybe something I want to try, and I just get to do it. So it's a new work assignments every day. So it's never boring.
And you're very young, Tinka, aren't you?
Yes, I'm 21.
You're 21 years old, and you chose this instead of school.
No, I'm a student.
Oh, you're a
I
student also.
Yeah, also, yeah.
Where do you learn more? at working at Inuit or studying?
I hope my teachers doesn't watch this, but actually I feel like as a person, I develop and evolve much more here in Inuit. Not only do I learn new things, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's an offense to the teacher because
No.
I see where you're going. Huh? Not how much teacher is watching, but the thing is, the whole school system is so far behind. And
Yeah.
I think you learn. I think it's really cool that you are doing this business development at such a young age. And I think what you're learning here can be very valuable compared to if you only go like for 5 years of school and then you go into business development. Because now you're so young, you're full of energy, and it's now you also need practical knowledge. So I think that it's so important especially in what Nokik is focused on innovation, entrepreneurship, that you get hands-on knowledge, because what you learn in school is often so far behind, and it's not built for small companies. It's not built for the digital world.
Yeah.
So doing live like this, and when you're talking to like clients and learning how the whole world works from being in the world, I think.
Exactly. Absolutely. That's true. That's absolutely true. I've encountered so many more things through my work, like meeting other people from other cultures, and again, writing with people in different languages, and yeah, that kind of things I would normally do at school. But again, my school is also very interesting. Mm.
Yeah, it is. So I'm not saying the school is
Yeah.
not. It's I think it's very important that you look at school and you know how you can use it practically. So you
Yeah.
don't look at how can I get grades in this. If that's like your main goal should be, okay, I'm studying something similar to my work, and how can I implement this? How does this relate? If you're studying like that, then you're getting way more practical skills out of school. If you're always thinking, how can I implement this? How does this relate to my work?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you can use it right now instead of, am I ever going to use this? Okay, just need to get the grades. Then you're not learning really.
That's true. That's very true.
How many people work in Inuit?
Oh, well, we have our two owners, Dorte and Henne, and then we are three leaders, which is me, the business developer, a production development department, a store management department, and then we have around 8 people who also work here. So maybe 10, 11 in total.
And how many markets are you in right now?
Markets, as in,
How many countries do you ship to?
we ship worldwide, but we have stores only in Greenland and Denmark so far. We want to have more stores in Canada, for example. But right now we only have in Greenland and Denmark. But again, we do ship worldwide from Nuuk.
I can imagine the rest of Canada up north could be a very good market with the climate and the other Inuits.
Yeah, absolutely. We also do interact a lot with people from Nunavut on our messages and our website. So there's a big interest.
Is there any city you are looking at to establish?
Quebec, actually,
Yeah.
Quebec in Nunavut. I have my eye on that small settlement, but not. I haven't investigated it completely yet because we keep we have this problem with Greenland not being a part of EU, which does come with a lot of issues.
So you might have to ship to Denmark.
Yeah, in terms of shipping, in terms of exportation of something from Greenland, it's very difficult that Greenland is not a part of the EU.
Yeah, so you need the shipping store in Copenhagen, maybe I can imagine.
Yeah, yeah, and we are working on that as well. Mm.
And where do you see this company in 5 years?
Um, well, definitely, would like to have a store more in more location than Greenland and Denmark, and I definitely hope that yeah we keep evolving and become bigger and bigger. I haven't really thought about exactly in 5 years, but yeah, I hope to have one store at least outside of Greenland and Denmark.
Yeah.
Mm.
And do you see yourself staying in fashion for a long time?
Yeah, I think so. I'm very happy with my current workplace and my colleagues, and I cannot imagine working somewhere else right now. So, yeah.
And so, what are you studying right now?
Culture and social history at
Culture and
the
so.
University of Greenland. Yeah.
How's the university in Greenland? How many people are there?
I'm not sure, but there are different departments, many different lines to choose from. You can study. It's quite good actually. Mm.
I know here in the Faroe Islands they have done a lot to improve the universities and to
Mm.
make more different bachelors available for people. So not
Yeah.
everyone, you don't have to leave for everything because like the talent trade, you probably also have a talent trade in Greenland.
Mm.
Are is there a lot of is the government investing a lot in improving the universities so more people stay and study?
What was the question?
Now, is there a lot of investment in improving the university in Greenland and improving educational opportunities?
I think there could be more, but I know that right now they are working towards a goal of making uh, have more educations in Greenland, so that we don't have to go to Denmark to study. And they have gotten some of the educations home to Greenland, but we still need a few or a lot more that we can bring home. But definitely the university here in Nuuk, it's getting better and better.
Do you have any options for like creative subjects, fashion, innovation, entrepreneurship? Is it the
Mm, I don't think I can answer that question. I haven't investigated much in Greenland, but I've heard a little about the what is it called, the national suit. You can take that education where you can get educated in how you sew Greenlandic national suit. But other than that, I'm not sure if there are any.
yeah? How are the national clothes in Greenland? Is it similar to the Faroe Islands in Norway that you wear them to weddings, you wear them to like the national holiday? When is the national clothing used in Greenland?
Um, Again, yeah, yeah, to weddings, funerals, confirmations, baptisms. Some wear it on Christmas to church. Yeah, so big holidays, life things, important things that happens in life. We use the national suit.
And everyone has one.
No, no,
No?
definitely not. It's it's very difficult to make one. So many small details go into a national suit, and right now we don't have a lot of seamstresses to make for the whole population. So to get a Greenlandic national suit, you'd have to wait a bit. also they are very expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do they go back a long time? Is it like hundreds of years, the tradition of these national clothes?
Yeah. The one we call the original Greenlandic suit, the one with pearls. It differs from city to city. North Greenlandic people, they have a little different, more wide, which is also very beautiful. But the one with the pearls and the many colors, that's the one we have gotten. The seal skin is from the original Inuits, but then the ships came with the people from Holland. What's it called? Deutschland or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they had the pearls, which they traded with the seal skin, for example, and that's how the whole Greenlandic national suit has been built up through the history. And how it looks today is a resemblance of the whole
Well, that's
period.
so interesting. So the people way up north, the Dutch, they never managed to get there, so they didn't get the pearls.
No, they came with the pearls, and that's how Greenlandic people got the pearls.
Yeah, but
to make.
you said up north that it's more white, but they don't have
Yeah.
the pearls up north.
Oh, yeah. But they do have pearls as well, just in a different pattern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I never thought about Greenland. Like you don't realize how big it is because I thought like it's kind of similar to the Faroe Islands population-wise, but the distance is so far. So you have very different dialects. We even in the Faroe Islands, when you can travel the whole country in one day as by boat, by car, it takes like 2 hours. We have different dialects, but I heard like your dialects are very different. And then I can also imagine like because it's so distant that you have different clothing traditions, and even
Yeah.
though you're one country you have like not had the same contact
Mm.
the islands as we have in the Faroe Islands.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
it is it then like do you understand all the dialects in Greenland, or is it possible that some people don't understand each other when they speak Greenlandic?
I come from South Greenland myself. So personally, I would say I have trouble understanding people from East Greenland, North Greenland, and generally here in Nuuk, if they say something different than we would say it in South Greenland, then I would have trouble understanding it as well. So yes, sometimes we don't understand each other, even though we all are from Greenland.
Doesn't make it then harder for people like if you want to go to Nuuk and study, but you if you are like from way up north or way to the east, is it like you feel like a foreigner in your own capital? Is it like that?
No, I wouldn't say it's not like that. I wouldn't say that. Um, I think we can all still understand each other and help each other, and yeah. But again, sometimes we have to ask each other, "Sorry, what does that mean?" But I
Yeah,
don't think it's
it's not that.
conflicting. Yeah, I don't think it's that conflicting. Mm.
Yeah, so you do understand each other.
Yeah.
And have you ever been to the Faroe Islands,
No, I haven't.
Iceland?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have
Mm.
you been in Denmark? Have you lived in Denmark or you lived in Greenland your entire life?
I lived in Greenland my whole life, but I was born in Denmark and I've been in and out of Denmark. Yeah,
Do you see yourself living in Greenland for the future?
yeah, absolutely. I don't think I'll, right now, I can't imagine living somewhere outside of Greenland. I want to stay here and participate in the society and community and help wherever I can, um, which is what I like to do. So I can't imagine doing anything else in the future.
So you feel if you have a big heart for Greenland and the society and some
Yeah,
nationalism.
yeah. I definitely, I really want to help wherever I can. in the Greenlandic society.
And how about the nature? Do you also feel like you need to live where it's nature, and you would not thrive in a big city?
Mm, I don't have a problem with that myself. Well, of course, when I have been living in a big city if I live in Denmark, I might miss the nature a bit, but I don't have a problem with that. I can always return to the nature whenever I want. But I do know that there are a lot of people who doesn't take that transition very easily to Denmark, for example. Yeah.
Yeah,
So that is definitely a problem for Greenlandic people, missing the nature when you're outside, but not for me especially, I think.
yeah. I can definitely
Mm,
feel.
mm,
Um, so I think this was a really interesting talk with you, Tinka.
yeah.
I learned about the Greenland and fashion, and
Mm,
I think you have a really cool company that you're
yeah.
part of, and I think you definitely could go way farther. You could try to get them out all over Canada, build
Mm,
connections.
yeah.
So thank you so much for doing this talk with Nikika and myself.
Yeah. Yes, thank you. We do have a website,
Yeah,
www.inuitquality.com, where you can read everything about Inuit, the history, and you can also shop there.
and they can you can shop worldwide. You can order worldwide.
Yeah, you can. Yes.
Great, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.